Now, as it's National Poetry Day, Joanna, we have to go over to you because you have loved poetry since you were a child.
Yes, I had a kind of photographic memory and I loved showing off and performing. So I just learnt and learnt. I mean, anything I saw, I learnt it. And I love poetry because it had such a good shape to it. It was usually stuff which had a metre and a rhyme and so on. And so I just absorbed it. But much, much later on, i.e. now, 4.5 centuries later, somebody said, you collect so much stuff and you've got so much in your father, why don't you just cobble it all together into a kind of book?
Yeah.
Like a little anthology of things that you have loved, that have stuck with you. Not just poems, but anything. Bits you've read, sayings, stuff you've cut out of newspapers. And I went, oh, but that's exactly it, because I've just got... Now, shabbily, I show you things like this. I had to have to show, these are just a very few of the notebooks. This one had to write front on the front and back on the back. This has got Noah's Ark from one of the documentaries I was making. This has got Norway, 2008, when I did the Northern Lights. Into these, I've just got all the stuff that I write and keep and look at and scribble down and save up and do drawings.
So you just carry it around with you?
Always, I have a notebook, and into that I just write things. I scribble in anything I can find, and so I went through all these things and got out bits. Then I tried to balance them so it would be a book, not too big, not too heavy, but just, I've called it my book of treasures, because that's what they are, things I love.
But how did you know which bits to put in there?
I didn't know, and I could have written 14 books like this. So I had to be very trim. You have to be a little bit trim and think people might want to read this. So you've got to have a little bit of all the things. And first of all, I thought, be true to yourself.
Yeah.
So don't try to be too smart. And so there are some bits in it which I just think are fun, you know.
They
just
are.
tiny two-liners or thoughtful things, quite a lot of quite prayerful things, because as you get older, you need a bit of guidance, a little bit of comfort, because you know the great final day will eventually come. To all of us, sweethearts. And we all want to be prepared and have a good life.
But that's the thing, it's the sort of book you can pick up and have a little flick through and then leave and pick up again.
That's it.
You know, there's all sorts of things, as you say, including the list of clothes that you wore in the Antarctic.
This is, honestly, this is when I was writing it down, I scribbled down everything. But here I actually wrote, it says what I wore to cross the into the line into the Arctic Circle. So I just wrote down, it was actually all the clothes I owned. I wrote them all down, and because I put them all on simultaneously, I looked like a spinnaker, I could hardly move. And, but I was warm, and it was a great success. But it's just full of, I can't tell you, I would say here drawings of me in the tent, the lava, how the fires are laid. Don't be boring. The thing is, that this is also just my quick word. You do this, I know. We all do this. Keep a notebook, not your phone, not anything. Keep paper and a pencil, and write it.
Yeah.
And write it down.
It's like a little insight into your mind. It's like, if you were ever wondering what Joanna Lumley's brain looks like, here it is for you.
You're clever, Alex, because it is. It absolutely sums me up. When I looked at it, I thought, these are all the things I care about. There are lots of things that are, some funny things, some meaningful things, and I found I'd got quotes from all around the world, through all since time began, from the ancient Romans right up to now, to Spike Milligan's little two-liner, you know. Just bits and pieces, stuff snatched out of here and there. I hope, I just want people to go, oh, that was lovely. I just got that little thought in my head now, just small.
And we were saying we were going to try get a little notebook and start writing things down.
It's a lovely gift.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
It's a nice...
And cut things out of newspapers. If you see it, write it down, collect it. Don't think you'll remember it, you won't. No. Don't put it in your phone. Your phones will run out, sweetheart.
Yes. Now, Joanna, we need to mention the Netflix show Wednesday. You joined in Series 2 as grandmother of the Addams family.
Grandmama Frump.
Yes, and you're back for Series 3.
I am, and I've got an American accent. It's like pitiful. So, why did I do this in front of Priscilla?
Exactly.
I had just 20 minutes before we started shooting. I knocked on Tim Burton's door. I said, Tim, it doesn't really say clearly who is Grandmama from. What kind of accent? He said, oh, just not too British. And I went, oh, that's my guidance. So I did some very weird acting, darling. Very weird. Anyway, I sort of got away with it because I had a big wig on. I love it.
And
Look,
it's the Addams family.
Yes, you're allowed to.
Addams family.
And Priscilla, you know, we've talked about your acting career, but you have turned down some parts before, haven't you?
I have, yes, I have. I didn't start out to be, wanting to act in any way. So it was not something that I wanted to do. I just, the ones that I did, I thought, like Naked Gun, it was so funny and it was a comedy and I wanted to take a chance on it. And I think, you know, those are, but I didn't pursue it. I really didn't. I mean, I loved doing that because it was fun and I love the cast, but no, it wasn't something I wanted to do in any way. No.
But speaking of comedy, we have to mention, before we let you go and run free from here, Amanderland.
Oh my
Now, this is a spin-off of a programme called Motherland. You will not laugh as much as watching an episode of Motherland or Amanderland.
Wait, is it
so
Motherland?
Motherland.
Motherland.
BBC iPlayer, have a look.
Okay.
Hilarious. Amanderland, new series.
Yes. Series 1 was, I think everybody's a bit fingers crossed because Motherland was such a huge success, and this is a spin-off with one of the
it's
characters.
brilliant.
But it's written by the same writers. It's got the brilliant Lucy Punch in it, and it's just divine and very, very funny, very, very funny. So now we're doing series 2, which is a thrill. And we're doing a Christmas special as well.
Lovely.
Which I pretty much adore.
You're a busy bee, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Always. Joanna's Book of Treasures is out today and it's beautiful.
Yes.